every time you wear that shit in your face. All right, welcome back, Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat. This is Jason.
This is Alex.
This is Dolly.
And the producer is here. She had to step inside. She'll be right back out. So today we had an adventure.
We did. We had an adventure.
We had a lot of fun. Okay, so we went out. It was actually Team Fat Kid's first public appearance.
Yes.
And I think it went rather well.
Swimmingly,
sir.
Yeah, it definitely went swimmingly. I think it went great.
I mean, we had a blast. We had a lot of fun interacting with people who actually get to taste Team Fat Kid's food.
Yes.
And everyone loved it.
All right, so
we were trying to do a podcast earlier.
That
never came to fruition.
Yeah, okay. So she was okay. Let's just give them the rundown
Go
so they
for
know
it.
what
Give
the
them
hell
the
we were
rundown.
doing. All right, so we went out to do a podcast. Well, not a podcast. I'm sorry. We went out to do a public event, a charity event for Aid Another and Panda Fight Against Cancer.
Yes.
So a great cause. So we went out there and we set up a tent and we were grilling our signature 40 30 burgers, which is.
I'll say it because I said it a lot today.
Oh yeah,
40% chuck, 30% bacon, and 30% New York strip. And we put it through a coarse grind, and then we put it through a fine grind.
Good job, Julie. So it was like a 4-hour process.
You're so welcome.
It was like a 4-hour process for us to grind this burger, and I truly believe. Correct me, gentlemen, if I am wrong.
You're wrong.
First off, it's
Sorry,
really hard to fuck this up. Second of all, the love and the time that it took us to put in it, I think, really shined through to the burger itself.
Okay, I'm gonna say you're wrong because
Fuck you, Alex.
when you say it's hard to fuck it up, there are some steps.
It's hard to fuck up a burger that good.
Well, okay, once it's made.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Making
what I
it.
meant.
Well, there was a lot of effort and a lot of steps that went into that. Like,
I will say another thing. This is my first time trying the 40-30.
you missed it last time.
You were not here for the last time.
And once, because it was like in between intermission type of thing, because there's no one, well, intermission for us, but pretty much, there's no one coming to our hole. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to try it. I had it, and just, I would never think another burger is going to be the same ever again.
Did we say we were at a golf tournament?
Yeah.
I know you said a charity event, but he's talking about
I
people
don't
coming
know.
to our
I
hole,
don't
and it
know.
just
I
sounds
don't-
weird.
yeah.
So we were at a golf tournament on the 14th
Wait, this
hole.
was the golf tournament on the 14th hole.
Came
Like, let's
to
clear
our
that
hole.
up. Let's get that out of the way. We had a blast. It was a lot of fun. We got to meet a lot of cool people. Some we knew, some knew us that we didn't know from the
Interwebs. The Insta FaceTube winner.
The Insta FaceTube winner.
And also for the people that we told today, welcome to the podcast. The new people that we talked to today, like if you're going to be listening to.
We did have the podcast playing for a while at our hole.
We had someone very interested in that besides us because we're vain.
We're so vain. I think overall it was a success, and we had a lot of time to spend with people that only have seen us on the internet, and then like to actually interact with people, and like to actually meet people. Like, oh my god, I saw you on Facebook.
I saw you on Facebook. I saw you on Instagram. It's like,
Your
hey.
videos make me laugh every Monday. We got that a couple of times.
Yeah. Like, shut your door. What are you doing? It's Monday. I'm watching Fat Kid. Like,
We're only here to make your Mondays better.
Oh yeah, that guy was talking about his girlfriend.
yeah.
Or no, he's at work.
Yeah.
Which
He's
is
in
funny,
his office.
watching it at work.
Hey man, I don't judge anyone for what they do at work. Like, if you want to watch Team Fat Kid on Monday because your Monday sucks, I get it. If you work in a financial institute and you need a little love, like on Monday, man, like that's what we're here for. All right, so
No more corporate blues.
so we had a lot of fun out there.
We did. We had a lot of fun. Met a lot of people.
And I'm pretty sure we're all going to have some sunburn. So
We were under a tent, Dooley.
Yeah.
okay, well, probably me because I was prepping.
We had like the biggest tent.
Because I was prepping on the outside of the tent.
I mean, we didn't get to go. We didn't get to go around and look at the rest of the golf course, obviously, because we were at hole 14 the entire day. But there was some other good food out there.
That chicken?
Yeah, the sticky thighs. Sticky thighs did this. We're totally gonna steal that, by the way. It was like a fried chicken.
Sorry, sticky thighs.
With like a donut glaze.
Donut batter or some shit like that. It was like a donut glaze batter.
It was a fried chicken thigh.
Yeah.
Get it? Sticky thighs. And then they glazed it with a donut glaze. Like I thought it was awesome.
Don't know how they did it yet, but it was intriguing to say the least. It was definitely good. I mean, shout out to them as well. Like, good job on the.
I mean,
yeah.
Like there was
sticky thighs, and they also did that fried. They did a fried chicken salad sandwich that was delicious.
Yeah, we didn't get to try that one.
What was the bread?
We only got one piece of
Croissant?
the sticky things. I mean,
Because I had one of those, like, because the bucket that came back, I thought I was going to grab one of the actual chickens, and then I had the bread, and it's still good as shit, so.
did you actually not unknowingly try the fried chicken salad sandwich? Perhaps.
Maybe.
see, I didn't even know that came back.
I
Like, I saw the
didn't-
bucket, and I didn't get to try any of it.
I saw the bucket,
We got
I
to
just
try
grabbed-
the one piece that the I guess golf attendant. He was working the event. Like he
Oh,
brought
look at
us
Nick
something.
Jones. Let's give him a shout out.
Nick Jones.
Nick Jones
That's
brought
a
us.
great
Yeah, right. Nick Jones, bitches. Like he brought us snacks.
He even said, "I normally don't share my food,
Yeah, and
but
he's like,
you guys are Team Packet. You got to try this."
Yeah,
He straight walked right by me though.
Yeah.
So it's cool. He walked right by me to go to my husband.
I don't eat. Were you even there at that time?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know it took you a while to get out there.
No, he was like, "Oh, this is delicious," and I was like, "Oh, okay," and he just straight walked right on by.
Producer,
like,
you're-
Jason, try this.
Producer, you're the ghost. It's kind of like, oh, who's that?
The ghost of Team Fat Kid present. You get no presents. Nick Jones brings us the presents. Okay,
But it was delicious.
we had a really good time. There was a lot of beverages, and we were handing out teddies. Like we were.
We had water too.
Yeah, yeah. Like, and actually, I mean, we gave out some water. but-
We traded teddies for Budweiser.
Wow.
well,
Oh,
yeah.
no, vice versa.
Yeah, it's like that kind of like turning your gun and no questions asked. Like, yeah,
Guy came up with a Budweiser and was like,
he's
"You
like,
guys
"Can
got
I
a
get
good
a
beer?"
Miller?" He's like, "You got anything good?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. Here's a." He's like, "Hell yeah, this is my shit." Like, I thought that was like one of the better parts of the day.
It was.
I was like,
pretty
and
funny,
I gave
Was
him.
that the guy that was like, "I'll take a bush"?
I gave him two.
No,
I gave him
was
2
it?
Millers for
Yeah,
his
I think so.
Budweiser because I was like, it's a 2-for-1 trade, dude. You're giving like you need this. Like you need this in your life. Like you need the cheeseburger and you need some Millers. Like, and I think
I took one for the team, and I drank the Budweiser.
I'm sure you were so upset about it.
Dooley will drink anything.
Yeah, about that.
So that pretty much wraps up the golf tournament, right? Like, I mean, we had a really good time. Ate another Pandas Fight Against Cancer. Like, great organizations teaming up together to put together a golf tournament. They had 30 teams out there. And hey, guys, if you're listening to the podcast, like, let's get this bigger next year and let's get it going. I mean, it was a great time. Everyone
This
had
year it went to the Hassel family.
this year. It went to what?
The Hassel family.
The Hassel family. So, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna single out a family every time, or if it's just they're two great organizations doing a great thing, and I think that's the important part of the whole tournament. Like, everyone had a good time, and we raised a lot of money, and I think that is the point. And you guys keep an ear open because I'm pretty sure they're going to do it again because this was their first time.
And it was very successful.
Oh my
Their
God, she
first-
leaned into the microphone.
Sorry,
She-
it was
she
very
did it. She did it.
successful for
And
their
it-
first venture.
and
was
it
awesome.
also
They
went
did a great job.
And also went extremely smoothly from what Norman said. He was like, they had no idea what was going on. And it was like, everything's going to go fine. Just let them play golf. All you need to do is sign up sheets and everything like that. All reason I'm saying Norman is because he's,
Yeah, give them food, give them drink,
yeah.
and
He was shaking hands and like he was out there doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
Side
he's
note,
super appreciative, and I think that goes a long way.
yeah. Side note, like, yes, we've talked about the tournament and probably don't have too much more to say about it. However, driving the golf course, fucking awesome.
driving
With
driving
an
your
actual
SUV.
Because we had to set up our equipment, so we were driving, of course, on the cart path.
Fun
but,
story.
Like, well, you
Alex
missed
was
it.
out there like a rock star. Alex was out there like a NASCAR driver. Like,
On the way, I was like, this would be a real fun place to have like a police chase. I don't think you'd get away, But I feel like it'd be an awesome chase.
Just stay on the
Sir,
stay on the cart path.
Sir, stop! You're going 10 miles per hour. You're supposed to go 5.
Like, fun story in the beginning. Like when we showed up, Team Fat Kid is always over the top, and so we show up, and of course we were late. Damn it, Dooley. So so we get there, and we're like, all right, so. We're checking in basically, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll get you a golf cart and like get you out to your hole." And like,
We'll
no,
get your stuff out. Do you need 2 golf carts?
I was like,
Nah.
"Where's the range master? We'll just talk to him. Like, we're driving out there." She's like, "Oh, you can do that? Like, hell yeah, dude, we're
We have
driving
2
out.
cars full
2
of
SUVs,
stuff. Like,
full of shit. Like, we have a lot to do today, and we're half an hour behind, so we got to get this out there. Like, we're gonna drive our cars out there. We're gonna basically dump it, set up the tent.
Dooley, you stay with this. We'll drive the cars back.
Yeah, Dooley, start setting everything up. We're gonna drive the cars back, and we'll get a ride out on a golf cart.
Hey,
like,
Dooley, set up the banner when there's wind by yourself.
it was awesome. We fixed it. It was all
We did.
you did
Only
it,
thing,
yeah.
like, I set it up and I had everything, and then I was like, it's not centered. They're gonna fucking yell at me.
We fixed it.
Yeah, we did. It was just funny because that was the only thought I had. I was like, it's not centered. I already know they're gonna be, damn it, Dooley. Why isn't it centered?
I do love how we brought 2 grills and didn't even turn the second one on.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
we were
man,
prepared.
We didn't know what to. This is our first go.
Yeah.
So we didn't know what to expect. And so we were basically cooking in stages. Like we were cook more, cook less more often
Right.
is a very good way to go. And like, so that way we're giving them good fresh stuff. Like, it's just coming off. It's hot. It's delicious. It's a 40-30-30 burger. I don't know if you can destroy that burger. Like,
Sure you can.
I
You
mean,
can probably
I
burn
don't-
it, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know if it would even be bad if it was burnt.
we
Like,
had warm buns too.
Oh.
I mean, like
and you did pull that out, like
That
the
was that worked
perf
out
pan with the
swimmingly.
bun on top.
I'm
Like,
gonna steal your word. That worked out swimmingly.
yeah, it was swimmingly.
The
Like,
perforated pan in the top of a hot box.
yeah, squishy potato
Like-
roll with a 40-30-30 burger with some American cheese on it. Man,
Yeah, how many people use
White
ketchup?
American, because people have a
Issues
problem
with
with the
ye-
yellow cheese.
How many people use ketchup there, Jason?
dude,
A lot.
I was watching people put the like. First of all, we were doing a slider, so it's a small burger.
Oh my goodness, people could not get the condiments on their burger.
Yeah, you.
I think I only saw one person use relish.
No.
There was
I
there was a
only saw
couple
one.
people
Yeah.
that used it.
And
And his was like that liquidy shit that came out because he didn't
but,
shake
like,
it up or anything.
the amount of condiments that people use.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
I
just-
also think some of that was like the squeeze bottles themselves were difficult to control how much went on.
Yeah.
I saw one dude, he was like, and it went on the fucking plate and then a little bit on the burger
On the-
and then
like
on
dude,
the
we had it on the
table.
table.
he's like, oh shit. Oh, dude, we'll clean it. You just eat.
Yeah,
like, go
This
fine.
has been
Like,
happening all day. Like it's fine.
But it was a great time, and everybody had a wonderful experience, and they raised a lot of money, and it was an awesome adventure.
I'm upset we missed the raffles. We were still breaking down.
Did you enter the raffle?
No,
Well,
I probably would have if I had been there. But
Well, they
the
en-
raffles were going on all day.
yeah, they
Yeah.
entered the raffles when we were setting up the tent.
they were already.
They were already
Yeah, they
people
did
were
the raffles
entering.
before you came back, and
Friend of mine won a TV. Like, hey, I would
Hey,
I
man.
would have taken a TV. you
Hey
know?
man, TV's like
Yeah.
but you should have shoved your money in there in the beginning.
Yeah,
like,
well, I'm used to playing, not producing.
yeah,
you know? like,
this is our first time not playing.
yeah. We're used to playing in tournaments.
Yeah.
Maybe not well,
Oh,
not playing well, but
no.
who said anything about we show up?
we're here for support.
We gave you.
after seeing today, I
we
think a
gave-
lot of people just show up to have fun.
Yeah.
We're here to give you money and
Nobody
have a
was
good time.
trying that hard.
No, there was the guy with the air horn
Oh, that was awesome.
while his buddies were shooting.
That was
They
awesome.
were there for a hot minute too.
Oh, well, they're the reason that the backup was
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
on. I'm almost positive.
There was like 8 carts there. Like,
Yeah, like when our busiest time was their fault. Like
We had like 4 teams in front of us at least.
Shout out to Chris Otto for doing that.
Oh,
It was Chris's team.
Okay.
Hey, they backed it all up. All right, so we're gonna we've wrapped up the golf tournament.
I think so.
All right, so now we are going to change subject. So you guys don't know this. We're gonna,
We never know this.
yeah, I know. We're gonna throw a topic in here. This is actually a good one because it hits kind of close to home to Alex and the producer, because we're gonna talk a little bit about root beer.
Oh, well, that's a very, very recent algae. All right.
Yeah, that's what made me think about it, because like this topic is good, like, and you might not realize it, but once I say it, it'll change your mind, and I'm going to change the mind of a lot of people who are listening to this, because I believe root beer tastes like Pepto-Bismol. Think about that for a second.
Nope.
I wish we had a fucking root beer here, because like once it's put in your head.
yeah, maybe you should save that for a time when we actually have root beer and Pepto-Bismol.
I'm still going nope.
Yeah,
Like, I don't see
100%.
it. There's no correlation.
100%.
In you?
No, because someone told me this, and I was like,
Oh, so you're a follower?
no. Turn her microphone off.
Why? She's
Now
finally
she-
using
now
it.
she wants to
She's
talk.
finally using it.
And now she wants to talk. No, because someone told me, and then I can't get it out of my fucking head.
I'll tell you what. I will try some root beer tomorrow, but I'm not.
It tastes
no.
like Pepto-Bismol.
No,
Yes.
not at all. Like,
Motherfucking sassafras.
not ever once has the thought gone through my mind, this root beer tastes like Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah. Until you do it tomorrow, and then you're going to realize, like, son of a bitch, he was right.
Well, then next week, I will admit that on air, but I'm not not
Next
seeing
week.
it. Not seeing it.
Well, my whole thing is like,
Say- we won't-
What are you saying, Dooley?
Yeah.
my whole thing is like,
we won't have it till then.
would you have to have some Pepto-Bismol in like your
No.
taste palette, and
When's the
then
last time you've taken Pepto-Bismol?
Yeah, it's been
Like,
that
that's a
damn long.
Fucking childhood flavor. Like, you're just remembering.
tastes like cotton candy.
I was thinking
No,
bubblegum.
it does
Like,
not.
They have that cotton
Yeah.
candy flavor thing, whatever.
You think
You
cotton...
guys are crazy.
Yeah, no, okay. Like, trust me.
I can't remember the last time I had Pepto-Bismol.
Root
I
beer.
don't think we've ever even had Pepto-Bismol in this house.
I'm sure we have. I mean, what's the whole song? Like,
So
nausea,
it's
heartburn,
been indigestion,
indigestion,
upset stomach,
diarrhea. Like, they have a whole dance.
You're
All right, then.
Trust me.
You're in pool, but
All
dance,
right
aren't you?
then.
All right, so
Oh,
we will
I
have...
could sing
We
the
will
whole
have
song.
a revisit on this one. Because I will try it
I
tomorrow.
will make you taste Pepto-Bismol and root beer, and I can tell you it's not the same.
It tastes exactly the same.
In your
All right, so
mind.
this one... hold on, I was going to delete that, but I'm going to save that one. Because I was going to delete that task, but I'm going to save that one because we're going to rehash this when... I will have root beer and Pepto on this fucking table. All right, so this one's a good one for Alex, because I know how your mind works.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, because this is gonna fuck with Alex's head, and then this is deliberate. Because I thought about this, like, and like I was like, holy shit! If you think about it, it's crazy. Okay, so when you think about Italian cuisine, all right, you think about marinara sauce, heavy tomatoes, like
Pasta, everything.
oh yeah, but I mean, like you're like the Italian grandma making marinara sauce. Like it's always like about
Carbs.
the gravy. Sorry, you can't see that. That's in quotations. Gravy, like the marinara, the meat sauce, like the lasagna. It's always that red sauce.
Sauce.
It's always that red sauce.
No.
I mean,
I mean, marinate.
just ride with me for this segment.
Okay.
I don't need you to judge everything we do. You know what? We are going to turn your microphone off. 'Cause this rolls so much smoother when I'm fucking with Alex when you're not interjecting. Okay.
He's not used to somebody fucking with him.
So, here is my fucking point.
It doesn't taste like Pepto-Bismol.
That is about it.
But you need Pepto-Bismol sometimes after your Italian
Okay.
food.
Did you know that tomatoes are not indigenous to Italy?
That makes sense.
Did you know? Because, like, what is it? I screwed up here. San Marzano tomato, like the one that they rave about. Like, oh, it's like, did you know that tomatoes come from South America, and they did not have tomatoes until the Spanish conquered
South America.
South America. So like all this, like I felt like when you think about like all these restaurants you go to and like oh, like, you know, circa whatever their year is, like,
But that's American Italian.
okay, but even in Italy, using tomato sauce on a fucking pizza or like sliced tomatoes on a pizza margherita, like, they didn't have tomatoes until like the 1500s.
Yeah, but the pizza margarita is named... What? The pizza margarita is named after...
Yeah, but they didn't have tomatoes.
Yeah, but
It's
that
named
so
after
that
the
was-
queen.
Yeah, so it was later on. Like it,
I know, but these people, like, I learned this. I just learned this recently. That's why I brought it up. And Alex still hasn't checked in on it.
Oh, no, I'm loving this.
Because the tomato is a South American indigenous plant. It's from the Nightshade family. And there's a whole nother story. I'll go into that backstory in a minute. But they didn't even have them in Italy until like the 1500s.
All right, well, while I chime in on this, someone should look up and see if, like, I was going to say, like, eggplant. Where's eggplant from? But then again, that could be, like, an Americanized thing, like eggplant parmesan for all the vegans out there that no one cares about. Going back to the tomatoes.
But then Parmesan, like, you see it, it's done with a red sauce, and they didn't have a red sauce.
Well, apparently in the 50s. Let's just think about how much Italian food does use tomatoes, though. Even if you're not talking about sauce, like you brought up pizza.
Yeah,
You know,
chopped.
like Italian pizza has tomatoes. Yes.
I think
Hold on.
Eggplants are originally from India and cultivated in southern and eastern Asia.
Okay. And
Everything we know is a lie.
everything.
when
But I mean, like,
think Italian, I think a lot of olive oil.
you got it. You know, talking to the mic.
Okay. Like when I think of Italian food, it's like, okay, yes, you're thinking like your basic bolognese or your basic.
You can't have
Marinara,
bolognese. You
but
can't have that without tomatoes.
That's what you think of if you're an American.
All right. What about a caprese salad?
Can't have it without tomatoes.
Okay. However, I think that's Americanized. I don't know if it's all coming straight out of there. Like you think it's Italy, but I think like a lot of oil and like it's cheese and it's not so much the sauce that Italians pride themselves on. I mean, I came from my grandmother's Italian. Like, yeah, like she made a bomb ass bolognese sauce, but it's when I'm like as I got older and I thought about it, you go to all these places and there's not that many red sauce dishes. Like there's a lot of dishes that are only oil and cheese.
And they charged me extra for it. I think it was like $4
At one place.
because I asked for oil and garlic instead of
Instead of tomato.
yeah. Because I guess they had to import that. So it's hard for me like for you to claim something like the San
Marzano.
Marzano,
Yeah.
the tomatoes, and like, oh, these are the best tomatoes in the world.
They didn't even come from this country.
They're transplants, dude.
Well,
Like,
maybe that's what makes them the best in the world. Like
well,
maybe they brought them
because
and
they're
the climate,
growing them in the soil of Mount Vesuvius.
I was
Like
gonna
that's
say, maybe the
that
climate
is
difference
what it is. Like that's what makes them so great. And like in the volcanic soil, like so you don't think they were ever grown in volcanic soil in South America, like where it's like the most volcanoes. The fucking Ring of Fire, dude. It's the edge of it, like in the Pacific.
But also,
Well, when was the last time they erupted? Maybe Pompeii was more recent. I don't know.
But also, with the whole thing is with the whole trades and imports, imports.
Be more specific.
From when the fucking South America was like basically founded with Europeans, like they didn't know all that shit was over there, and then they found it, and then that's when all that shit was going on, and then Italian people probably found it and found out like, hey, they have this thing, and then they started growing it over there. They had some imports from South America.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
just think that it's crazy, and I know a lot of Italians are going to be pissed off at me, but I really don't care because...
oh, no, because I'm thinking maybe, okay, the tomatoes over here might be bitter, or they might be too sweet, or whatever, and then once they come over to Italy, and they grow in the soil over there, might have been a little bit more rich, and that's where they started basically saying, like, okay, well, our stuff is better than their stuff, so we might as well start growing it ourselves. So they take the seeds from them, from the tomatoes and everything like that, start growing it from over there, and they're like, okay, well, we have so many other different varieties that we could have. Cherry tomatoes, fucking Roma tomatoes, 5x6 tomato stuff that we have nowadays. Granted, it wasn't stuff back then.
Okay, but like, and I
600 years ago. So
I'm gonna dig deeper in this, like, because the chili pepper,
yeah,
they didn't have that shit in Europe and India until
exports imports.
Yeah, okay. So then Indian cuisine is based a shit ton of peppers, like
yeah.
But they didn't always have that. Like, so that's like when. Like
I'm just gonna look up just for
Google, man, Google. Like I'm just saying, like, how does this happen? Like, you come west and you take these items and then you take them back to your, like, how long did it take a chili pepper to get from Spain to India? And then, like, India uses chilies in damn near everything. And, like, I mean, the chili, like, all these things, corn. It's like corn is an American thing, and they transport it. You got an answer?
Okay, so it's by a website called chili.com.
Okay.
Chilies were grown and cultivated from 3,500 BC. Mexicans used them to spice up their food. Chili was brought to the rest of the world by Christopher Columbus, who discovered America in 1493. Christopher had set from Spain to reach
with
India.
The tomato.
So he basically, like, from there, he set for Spain and to reach India to bring spices such as that. So, wait.
Yeah, the whole reason why.
I didn't read that before, so saying sorry.
But I'm still saying, like, India, like, so he brought chilies there. Like, how does it become, like...
No. Chilies were brought to Asia by Portuguese navigators during the 16th century. Chilies became extremely popular in India after it
in the 1500s.
Yeah, 16th century, 1500s, yeah. So, popular in India after it was first brought to India by Vasco da Gama. Chili found its way to, I'm not even going to try and say that word. Yes, I am. Ayurveda.
This is how I'm going to spin this whole thing, and I have a plan.
The traditional Indian medical system. So chilies were, at first, tried to use as medicine before food.
Well, yeah, because, I mean,
capsaicin
is...
Yeah, and then, like, oh, hey, you have a fucking, sinus shit.
Right.
Put this shit in your face, like...
Okay, so... Like, and I'm mad that Chase isn't here today because, like, I'm gonna spin it his way.
Yeah.
And I know he'll listen to the podcast, and have some sort of rebuttal, but guess what, bro? You can't talk because you're only gonna listen. So when he was saying like none of the food in the world, like nothing in America is Americans' food. Like it all came from somewhere else. It's a melting pot, and like, but it would not exist without.
Sorry, a little bit of static.
Yeah, without the Americas sending food to them
Europe,
in order
yeah.
to make it their own.
Yeah.
Like he's saying, like he says, like, you know, all of the food in America came from somewhere else.
I don't know which one it is. Sorry for that.
So for him to say that, and then like for me to do a slight bit of research, like I didn't even do a lot. Like I just happened to watch.
Literally, but I just did Google. Like
I didn't Google shit, man. I watched a TV show. And I was like, holy shit, that makes... Whoa. And then, like, it just spun into, like, wow, chili pepper. I knew chili peppers didn't exist in the rest of the world. Like, I didn't know about tomatoes. Like, pineapples. Like, all this crap that other cultures use. And then, like you think of, like, the Chinese. They use pineapples in their...
marinades.
Yeah,
and
their
shit like
marinades
that.
and all. And like they didn't have that before.
Like, I have a
the
feeling
Americas were discovered.
Yeah, I have a feeling before. I'm gonna say it, the two continent or the two sides of the world basically found each other. Until before then, everyone was kind of just, all right, this is what we got. Like I would love to know what Chinese food tasted like before you had.
Okay, man, let's go to China and find out.
No, I'm saying like before they had chili flakes or fucking.
Yeah, because like
this, that,
Szechuan cooking is solely based around the pepper.
Yeah,
Like, they didn't even have it.
And then with the whole thing with Indian food, like what did that taste
Some
before?
bland ass shit is what it was.
And then let's go to England. Oh, well, you still go to England, get the same food that they cooked fucking 700
Fish and
years ago.
chips.
We have fish and chips. No, you don't. You got fucking fried catfish.
What,
like,
mushy peas? Is that what it's called? Like, I don't even know what that is. Like,
Try
I feel like you overcooked your peas.
Please try our shepherd's pie.
Your peas.
You're in fucking Ireland.
Bro, I love shepherd's pie.
I do too, but
I don't know what you're trying to get.
same time. It has not changed in like 200 years.
Yeah, mine did.
You're in America? So,
I put mashed cauliflower on top of mine.
So Carr is back, and he missed
Apparently, a
whole-
mashed cauliflower conversation.
a whole lot. No, Dooley, give him a quick spit on what we were covering.
basically, basically like, okay, like, where, like, peppers to Indian food. Like chilies and stuff like that, how they make curry, how they made this and everything like that. Like, it wasn't indigenous to them until Christopher Columbus found America, because pretty much all chilies originated in Mexico, starting one down south. Which I have chili, I have everything like that. So they already had their whole kind of trade and everything like that. So Mexico was like the main area to have peppers. Once Christopher Columbus found America and kind of went the other way, kind of went down the whole, what is it,
Panama Canal, is that what you're going for? What?
basically going down that way. You're going to say that. But pretty much, he goes to Mexico, gets peppers, comes back to this area, and then from China area, like they all start trading and everything with that. China starts getting more indigenous with peppers, and then also they start trading with India, and India is just in love with the spice and everything. That's how they kind of make the whole curry thing. People that are listening,
So, I mean,
oh yeah. Like Chase is like nothing is indigenous and grows here. It's all been brought over. Like, no, motherfucker. Like, dude, just you do it. Like me.
can't even get the analogy right. All right.
Yeah, I can't.
So
I really
my whole
can't.
point was
Not right now.
that I was like how Chase said, like none of the food in America is American. Like it's all been imported. Like,
No, the whole
but
thing.
without it being exported from the Americas,
Exported or
none of
imported.
their food would exist. The tomatoes in Italy, the peppers in India, the peppers and the like Szechuan cooking. Like, sorry, I know everyone already heard this, but I'm trying to explain it to Alex.
Because I suck at
Szechuan cooking is full of peppers, but it wouldn't exist without
The peppers that were exported
that
out of
were from the
Southern
Americas.
America.
So when people say that everything in America is not a real, like, not an American dish, like, no, everything that's coming back is made with ingredients that were only here.
in the Americas.
The pineapples and everything that they use, it was all indigenous here, and then it was exported, and then they started working with it, and then it was imported as a dish. And like that's when we were like talking. Then we spun into mushy peas, and that's when you walked in. And like you overcooked your peas, bro.
And the other thing,
they should not be like mashed potatoes.
The other thing is orange chicken. I don't really think they have oranges really growing so fruitfully in China.
Actually, oranges, I think, originated in.
I mean, I know they have.
I think it's Spain
I know they
Okay.
have. I know they have mandarin oranges, which is probably their spin off into,
or the original.
or maybe the original. But
So, you ever think that maybe these countries adopted the food that were brought in so much that like it's something new, it's something exciting, and so maybe that's why like it suddenly became the new
yeah,
local
Okay.
like
Yes, I agree with you.
maybe
But-
it's not locally grown
Okay,
until
so-
somebody like was like,
I-
oh, I'm gonna start a farm and we're gonna do nothing but grow oranges for
and then
orange chicken. Like
they keep on having failed trials and everything like that. And
I'm
then
gonna
they
play.
finally learn
I'm
how.
gonna play Alex's card in a fun way because I think this is a really, really good one. So
I also have a second point.
let's take gochujang for a second.
Okay.
All right, so it's a pepper paste, right?
We're going all up in history.
Okay. So the peppers were exported, and they made their way to Korea. Korea made this awesome ass. We're gonna call it a condiment. I don't know if you guys listened to it 2 episodes ago. So it's gochujang, and like then gochujang.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
So then it took forever for that to get back here. Like it only came back here like I don't know, like maybe like 8 years ago. Like where it was readily available in the States. Like so you can find it in a store in a squeeze bottle. Like so like that's me like okay, so you export a pepper. It took let's call it 100 years to get to Korea. And then it took 100 years for it to get back as a blended. Like no one thought that, hey man, if we put this shit in a puree,
That's kind of my second point, though. Maybe it's going to sound horrible because I'm an American and I love America, but maybe Americans really suck at coming up with new recipes with the food we have, so we just wait till someone else does something good with it and then say, okay, we like that. Maybe that's why states don't have their own, dishes.
I blame England
Two,
in their mushy peas.
two things with what you just said. One, we kind of go with that whole Alex route. I'm gonna take your recipe and tweak it. And
That's what we do every day
yeah.
as Team Fat Kid.
And two, like, okay, throw it vice versa. Durian, passion fruit, dragon fruit, jackfruit, all those other type of things. Though that one video that we did with all those random things that we got from the international market, like, how did we integrate it to what we want?
But we didn't. We just ate them.
We just
No,
ate it.
no, I'm saying, and the Americanized set. Like, I mean, I don't really think there's many.
Well, okay, but hold on. Let's think about that because we got it at what? The International Food Mart, right?
Because I will say,
Yeah.
So I hate to say it, but it's not very Americanized because it's not locally available. Like it's not. You don't go into farm. Well, I'm going to say Farm Fresh because they're not around anymore. But you don't go into Farm Fresh, which is a grocery store, and find durian. Like you have to go to a specific specialized store in order to find that. So it's not.
I mean, we have to
Oh,
go.
no.
They even for meat, you got to go to a fucking specific, like to get your cut.
I'm not saying
Like-
I'm not saying we're using like everyday thing. I'm saying we're like now that more people are like you have internet like an international market. You have this, you have that, you have everything like that. Like, how would Americanized places use that?
Like,
if
what if-
anything?
just do a quick thought on this and like, what if like Team Fat Kid went overseas and opened an American grocery store in like China, and
Okay.
like we called it the International Food Mart, like,
Well, what would we sell as American?
like grills, like
You guys want some
smokers,
cigarettes?
like like grills and smokers, like you know how they have that weird aisle with just like equipment on it, like you know it's like smoking guns and shit, and then like all of a sudden there's like you know, I mean they probably been cooking whole pigs longer than we've been, but oh that's a good one. Google where pigs come from because I'm pretty sure that those are also American. Like I'm pretty damn sure pigs came from America. And-
No,
Oh,
I-
hold on.
Really doubt
I-
pigs were not.
They're not
around
indigenous.
before
they're not.
America.
I don't think they're indigenous to
The
America.
Americas.
Americas.
Now
But
y'all are just making
I
some
feel
shit
like
up.
okay. So feral pig to regular pig.
Just like Alex has Googled.
Yeah, I'm already on this one.
Granted, I don't think people were out there buying
Because
teacup piglets.
I do feel like
No,
feral
no.
pig.
That's just an American.
I do
thing.
feel like feral pig came
What
from
the
like
fuck is
Mexico.
a feral pig?
boar.
A wild boar?
Yeah, basically feral pig.
Feral, yeah, like a feral.
So
cat.
I mean, I
A
feel
boar
like
and a feral pig are two different things.
A pig and a boar are two different things.
Yes.
A feral pig just sounds like a pig that got lost in the pasture.
Basically,
Yeah.
It escaped.
And then
That motherfucker forgot where he lived.
That's
and
like
then
a feral
and
cat
then,
versus
and then
a-
and a feral pig
Yeah,
will grow
like-
tusks like a boar, but it's not a boar.
Nobody,
Yeah, like,
nobody
a
A
claimed
boar is
him.
like 3 times the
like
size.
I know in Texas, feral pigs are a problem.
Yeah, they're a real thing.
So I mean, Alex, go ahead because you already pulled up.
The domestic pig actually originates from the Eurasian wild boar. Apparently, we sequenced DNA and genes from wild and domestic pigs from Asia and Europe.
Okay.
So,
We brought them from Europe to here.
yeah, I
was,
mean,
was I backwards?
Like as we were.
well, the domestic pig. So again, like
That's
I'm
what I'm
assuming
saying. I don't think-
boars were probably just about everywhere, but what we use as domestic pigs now, we did essentially obtain from the DNA of boars in Asia and Europe.
Okay, but if you're saying domestic, you're talking about like the
Pigs, like the ones that we cook.
home pig, like
Well, I think they're
No.
assuming domestic is like farm
like-
raised.
Okay, pasture pigs.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Not domestic.
yeah,
You think
n-
domestic, and
not
you're like,
teacup,
oh,
not-
it's my
not
little
teacup.
It's the little, the little
Yeah.
pot-belly pig that, runs around your house.
No.
and-
That is
Also,
American.
I believe that a
Come here,
potbelly.
babe.
Think about how much bacon, like how much fat is on that bacon, on a potbelly pig. Like I know it sounds terrible when I say it out
It
loud.
does.
By the way, pigs came to America in 1539
Oh, so
by
wow,
Hernando de Soto.
I was 100% backwards on that.
They came into America in Tampa Bay, Florida. 13 of them.
And that's why Florida has all that pig.
You would think that they would be known for barbecue.
I mean, they're
Drop the ball on that
They're-
one.
Yeah, you
they're-
guys
well,
really
that was
but
in
Florida screwed up.
1500s,
But-
like, it doesn't mean they have it now.
Jason. They're not known for their cubanos, apparently. So
That's New Jersey. Sir.
wait, I'm sorry. One second.
Yeah, that was way more than 1 second. But anyway,
Too late.
Yeah, I know, but the fucking the mouse was out. So
Yeah, if you're gonna make a joke, you should get your shit ready at least.
I know, right? Was it a domestic mouse though?
Oh, domesticated.
shots
Wait.
fired. Do it. Do it.
Was it a cute mouse?
it is because it's in my hand.
Oh. All right, so back to the Nightshades, which Alex wasn't in the room when we were discussing that. So the tomato is part of the Nightshade family.
I was here for that part.
Okay, so you can Google this because I'm 99% sure I'm right that
Google magic.
yeah, because so
Poisonous?
well, the Nightshade family is poisonous except for the tomato. And I don't know his name, but the dude walked up like on the steps of town hall with a basket of tomatoes because he had grown tomatoes and he loved tomatoes and he was trying to market tomatoes. So he walked up on the steps of town hall and ate a tomato in front of everyone to show them that he wouldn't die. Because the Nightshade family is poisonous. And the tomato, I believe, is the only one of the
Props
Nightshade.
to that guy, because I love fucking tomatoes.
So literally, a lot of people are afraid of tomatoes.
That's
Because it's a
probably
nightshade.
why they always threw tomatoes at people.
Yes. Oh, she knows.
Hey, you just learned me something. I never. That's some fucked up shit. Now that I'm thinking about it, like you suck.
Oh, I
Die. Like,
I got another one for you. Here's one that I don't think anyone would really call out, especially when you think tomatoes, Nightshade. Fingerling potatoes. The red, yellow, and blue skin potatoes are actually in the Nightshade family.
Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
they contain something called solanine, or solanine, a toxic alkaloid that's merged with sugar. And it's apparently not immediately toxic in small amounts, but this is why you have to cook fingerling potatoes, apparently. I find that rather interesting.
I thought you just had to cook them.
Well, I mean, who wants to eat a
But-
raw potato?
I mean, I have eaten
I've
raw potatoes
been there
just to
too,
prove a point.
yes.
And
But
they
have
taste
you-
like dirt. Like,
Okay,
Not the greatest.
because I'm really Irish, I eat them raw.
yeah, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I mean, they taste good.
All right, so
Pretty much every pepper. That you
Every
can think
pepper
of.
is part of the
Pretty-
Nightshade
Pretty
family?
much every
Really?
peppers come in many different varieties: bell, jalapeno,
so maybe
habanero,
capsaicin
cayenne,
is
wait,
slowly
wait.
trying to kill us, and that's like our body's way of telling us like,
That's why we end up.
you should not eat this.
Wait, is lettuce up there too?
I'm getting there. I'm scrolling
'Cause
through. This is
that-
not one solid page. This is
'cause
like hit
that-
next and
But like, I want to know about my tomato story if it's true or not. Because
As the producer was saying, like throwing tomatoes, I see a lot of people
eggplant.
throwing
Called
lettuce
it.
too.
That's what made me think of it earlier.
Like a lot of things, I see people throwing lettuce too on those type of stuff like that, like lettuce, tomatoes.
I think that just turned into like let's throw a shit ton of
Well, let's
rotten
just throw
produce.
shit at this fucker. Like,
Yeah, produce. A lot of.
here's this rotten shit. Like,
So now we're throwing chickens at people.
Yeah.
Like I'm down, dude. Like I can eat. I will eat that bitch. Like so. Is that? Where's the bows when you need them? I got a fresh chicken. Shots
They're
fired.
they're not getting anywhere near. Mine, by
Here's
the way.
another not surprising one: nicotine.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Imagine that.
Never
Get
thought
us
about
out.
that
The
one.
alright. plant tries to kill you, might be Nightshade. Well,
So evidently there's a shit ton of nightshades that we can eat.
yeah.
Did it all stem from the tomato? Like I just want to know.
I love the name of that, by the way.
Nightshade? Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna throw some nightshade. At
Yeah,
you.
you mess around and eat the wrong nightshade, it will kill you. But I think I'm pretty sure that I'm right. That the dude walked up at the town hall, like it was like some like back like in like the like 1700 somewhere on there. Like
It kind of makes me think because the website
Well, I
showed
think
you.
it was town hall. They started it in like plays and shit.
well, throwing tomatoes at people,
Yeah.
but not homeboy up there
walking and eating it. Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Like nowadays, that's just funny. Like if you're gonna throw a tomato at someone, it's like they catch it. He's immune. Like,
well, I mean, but like you think about it. Go ahead.
Apparently, Aztecs were eating tomatoes in 700 AD. So, I mean,
we're getting all
I don't-
historical up in your
Yeah,
ass.
we're
So,
all the History Channel.
we're telling you stuff the History Channel won't.
it was the
Like,
16th century that Europeans were introduced to it, which makes sense with the whole Italian thing.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently, Aztecs were eating them way
Forever.
before that.
just chilling. Just eat
I'm
'em
trying
like-
to find
eat
your
'em like
story
apples.
because
There-
I don't
there
even know
was-
where to look. But
There was some point like I saw it on TV. It has to be true.
oh, yeah, has to be.
A sold on the
Absolutely.
internet had to be true.
Hey.
What's up,
what's
buddy?
up?
What's up, man?
Oh, the man, the myth, the legend just walked in.
How you doing, brother?
Keith from across the street. It's like we like to call him.
Across the street.
Keith from across the street.
From across the streets.
The Pepper Man.
Here's an interesting
Oh
fact.
yeah. Speaking of peppers.
Uh,
Speaking of tomatoes.
Yeah, we were
Speaking
actually
of fruit
just
and
talking about your
vegetables.
business.
Blackberries.
This guy has all of it across the street.
Again, that's when I go back to I don't garden, but I love people who do.
when? All right, random question. Let's trivia this bitch up. When did tomatoes become a fruit?
Oh shit!
1700s.
17.
No, when they were grown on a vine.
In 1887,
Oh, so close.
U.S. tariff laws imposed a 10% duty on vegetables, but none on fruit. A tomato importer named John Nix sued the tax collector for the Port of New York arguing that tomatoes, since they were really fruits, should be exempt from the tax.
Nice.
Dick.
That's like
That's
that
like a
fucking
great
loophole.
way to get- yeah.
That's the fucking loophole of all loopholes.
1 week. 1 week till departure.
So, all right, man. I think this is how we wrap this bad boy up. I mean, we've argued about tomatoes. We talked about the golf tournament, and we had some peppers and shit.
Nightshade.
Yeah, little nightshade.
Would you say
So-
crab cakes at the golf tournament?
Oh no,
That was
that was last.
Yeah. So okay.